to the welcome to the the Associated Guests. I, as always, am your host, Alfie Animus, here at the Bear in Mind channel. Today, we're going to start off with a sad note. Look, I don't care about the man's politics. He made The Princess Bride, so we're going to mourn him a little bit today. The Los Angeles Fire Department responded to a medical call around 3:30 p.m. and discovered the bodies of the 78-year-old Reiner with his 68-year-old wife. Police launched a homicide investigation after finding stab wounds consistent with a knife attack, with sources pointing to their son Nick. Oh, that's even sadder than I thought it was. I did not read this. Pointing to their son Nick Reiner, 32, as responsible. He is cooperating with detectives. The family expressed profound sorrow in a statement, while leaders like Barack Obama and Gavin Newsom mourned Reiner's legacy in film, TV, and advocacy. I don't mourn his advocacy. He's a big retard. But I do mourn the man was brilliant when it came to film. Most notably in The Princess Bride. But let's take a little IMDb. Look at that. It's already tip-toppity. Wow, Rob Reiner murdered. That's so sad, man. I don't care about his producer credits. I don't care about his acting credits. I only want to know about his writing and directing. Let's see. Going down the list. I mean, just look at this. He worked a lot with Billy Crystal, Spinal Tap. Just freaking amazing, man. And that's super sad. I didn't even know Spinal Tap 2 had come out. Ghost of Mississippi, American President, North. It's an Elijah Wood movie. Oh, I didn't know he directed Misery, A Few Good Men, Harry Met Sally, The Princess Bride, Stand By Me. Just look at this. Some very, at least at the very, the Bucket List. No one said the words bucket list until this movie came out. Albert Brooks. Just stunning the amount of writing and directing credits this man has had. But anyway, like I said, he will be missed no matter what. So let us never forget Rob Reiner for what he's given us, the laughter and some cringeworthy moments, but mostly laughter. He seemed like a very jolly person. I would like many viewers. Thank you for both of you to come in here and beef up my engagement a little bit so I can get those viewers. Not buying what you're selling, though. I appreciate it. So just take a moment for Rob Reiner. I know most of you at least enjoyed The Princess Bride, maybe When Harry Met Sally, so on and so forth. But let's continue with what's going on in the world of Candace Owens and Erica Kirk. I had already chosen what I was going to do this morning, and then I found out that these two were actually supposed to meet this afternoon and hopefully bury the hatchet. But knowing Candace Owens, I mean, we'll see.
And I'll be real, it's a little bit diabolical. So Candace Owens, famous podcaster, YouTuber person, she's getting millions of views in all of her videos. I don't know if it's foreign bots that are using her to become, to basically...
I absolutely hate her face. I don't hate people, like literally hate people. But if I did, she would definitely be at the top of the list.
Destroy the entire
Candace Owens is the definition of a grifter.
And I don't know if it's naturally just very bored conservative moms that are involved in the reality soap opera of Candace Owens' fake reality, where essentially every day for the last 3 months she's made an hour-long video getting millions of views following the conspiracy theory, trying to figure out who killed Charlie Kirk. Not the guy with the gun on the roof that shot him, according to him and his parents and his friends, and according to the DNA that was there and bystanders at the time. Obviously, that is too unlikely. What's more likely is that Israel did it, and the Jews did it, and Charlie Kirk's friends backstabbed him and betrayed him, and Tim Pool did it.
Oh, yeah.
And also
No,
it seems
definitely
like
Tim
Ben
Pool.
Shapiro did it.
He's
and
hiding
also,
something beneath that
Turning
beanie.
Point did it, and Jewish billionaires did it, the French government did it, the Legionnaires did it, the communist bee cult did it, the Egyptian Air Force did it, and it's very likely that she is the next target. All right, now that is a much more likely story, actually, than, the guy that was actually there that shot him did it. So, anywho, Candace Owens has said multiple times the following. If Erica Kirk told her to stop, she would stop. It's the only person she would listen to is if Erica Kirk told her to stop. Because we all know it's pretty insane. She's basically destroying Charlie Kirk's legacy, obliterating the organization that he worked so hard to create, and honestly is accusing all of Charlie Kirk's friends as backstabbers. So this is what she said. Listen, I'll stop if Erica asks.
No one, and I mean absolutely no one, outside of my husband and Erica Kirk has the power to shut me up right now. That's it. Asked her about the conspiracies and what she had to say to those saying them. Erica said, stop.
So Erica said stop. Interesting. Now, let's see what's actually going on. So this is Candace Owens. Before I show you what Erica Kirk actually said, this is Candace Owens being super comfortable about destroying Charlie Kirk's entire company.
And somebody was saying, what if what you're doing destroys Turning Point USA? And I said, you know what? This is what I always say. If the truth is capable of
It's not even the truth. She has zero evidence to anything she said.
Exactly.
In the entire series.
See, this is why I don't like watching Nuxtaku or Nuxtaku, because he always says what I would say in that situation. Sometimes a little more creative, but generally.
Destroying your company, the truth. Then does your company deserve to exist?
Bro!
If I'm like, if people...
So this is...
It's not the truth. Look, and that's where you're flawed. Because Candace Owens always imagines that what she says is the truth. She never doubts herself. Which sometimes, yes, she has said a couple of really base things. But even a broken clock is based twice a day. She is not... she's marginally intelligent. And I think, look, I'm always torn on Candace Owens. I don't know if she's a hardcore grifter who is openly trying to tear everything down because she is originally a hard leftist, let's be honest, or if she has converted and become a true believer, not unlike when you see a junkie become a Christian. I mean, let's just be honest.
To honor Charlie Kirk. To honor Charlie Kirk, she wants to destroy his life's work with lies. Is this not the most insane thing ever?
People learn the truth about how Candace Owens treats her employees. Candace Owens isn't going to have a career. If people learn the truth about what Candace Owens does in the weekends, it will destroy her career. Like, that probably means that you're not a good person or you're not a good company if the truth is a threat to you. I've heard this argument over and over. I've never been fearful, and obviously I'm kind of constantly going through a public X-ray of my life, people examining. I'm never fearful because I think I'm a decent person, right?
Oh, great.
I live honorably.
Nice.
Do I make mistakes? Yes, I own my mistakes immediately.
I own my mistakes immediately. Anyway, she blamed Israel and Netanyahu and the Jews and Bill Ackman and Josh Hammer and all the Turning Point USA's people and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
And I will be very quick to apologize to people when I get things wrong. But I'm not an evil person. No.
Great. Well, she told us she's not evil, which means that she's probably not evil, which is pretty diabolical. So this is what she's been saying. Now, Erica Kirk went on Fox News yesterday and absolutely went insane.
Come after me.
Insano style. She actually fucking
Captain
destroyed
Insano.
Candace Owens.
Call me names, I don't care. Call me what you want. Go down that rabbit hole, whatever. But when you go after my family, my Turning Point USA family, my Charlie Kirk Show family, when you go after the people that I love, and you're making hundreds and thousands of dollars every single episode.
Every single episode.
That's a lot
For
of
the record,
rings.
Candace Owens is getting millions of views per episode. All of her videos are sponsored also. She is the only person that fits these criteria. Erica is directly talking about Candace Owens.
Going after the people that I love because somehow they're in on this.
And why is that? Because Candace Owens is the, if not one of the, or one of the, if not the biggest podcasters, especially right-wing podcasters in the world. I will never understand why. Well, I do, because bullshit sells, and she is full of shit.
No.
You know, I have to say it. I've never seen you like
I
this.
said
No,
Candace Owens, right?
This is righteous anger.
God, look at all those
because
rings, though,
This
man.
is not okay. It's not healthy. This is a mind virus. Yes, I believe in our judicial system.
The most Freudian slip of all time.
Oh, my God.
Judicial system. Wow. That was
J-E-W
not a dog
dicial.
whistle. That was a dog megaphone. It's obviously the Jews. Obviously the Jews.
I do. We have a hell of a team working on this. Excuse my French. But this is not okay.
Hell, excuse my French. Calm down, Mrs. Kirk.
So you want to put these people back in the box where they've been creeping from?
I don't care what box you're in.
Don't say put them in a box, okay? Don't say that. It implies too much, Miss Fox News host. Don't say things like that, please.
But just know that your words are very powerful, and we are human. My team are not.
Dude, I feel so bad for her. I really do. Like, I feel so bad. Like, I can't even put into words how bad I feel for her. Dude, I was heartbroken when Charlie Kirk was murdered. I was heartbroken. Actually heartbroken. Her husband was murdered. Murdered. In front of her and her children and the whole world. Murdered. By a degenerate piece of shit. Because he wanted to have a conversation. And because he wanted to talk to people about things. I can't even put it into words. She went through a nightmare situation. People on the left are saying that she's faking it every single time she cries. People on the right saying it that every time she's
Well,
not
it's because
crying,
they don't
she's
care about
obviously
anything.
faking it, and she never really loved Charlie because she's not crying. Like, holy fuck.
You can't just be a big weepy sack at all times, okay? I think, look, one of two things is happening, okay? Either Candace Owens is right, and she was in on it, and that's why a lot of the time she doesn't show emotion, or she's showing great resilience, which is what you're supposed to do during hard times. And she's a profound woman. One of these is true. I mean, I'm sure there could be other situations, but these are the most talked about, I suppose. But yeah. Still saying, gosh, she's wearing a lot of rings. It looks like Trump's bathroom.
This poor lady lost her husband, the father of her children. She's grieving, and everyone is jumping on her like crazy. Like, I feel terrible for her. I really do. But anyway, Candace Owens has been the absolute worst of it.
Machines, and they're not robots. They are human. We have more death threats on our team and our side than I have ever seen. I have kidnapping threats.
Dude.
I have, you name it, we have it. And my poor team is exhausted. And every time they bring this back up, what are we supposed to do? Relive that trauma all over again? They watched my husband get murdered. I have no idea how I would have reacted if I was there that day. And thank the good Lord that I did not have to see that happen. But my team, they are rocked to the core. So why every single day do they have to be dragged through the mud, analyzed, hyper-analyzed?
You know,
Sit in a corner and cry and be in fetal position. This is a duty to my husband, and it's an absolute honor, and I will never back down. And so my message to them is to stop. To stop.
and that's what we will say here on Outnumbered 2.
Damn. So that's the message. The message is to stop. So Candace Owens says if this ever happens, she'll stop. And she says she'll stop. Dude, I'm actually like heartbroken. I feel so bad for her. This is why I never like bring her up. I never like react to her or do anything like that because I really feel bad for her. My heart goes out, man. Like she's out there. She was a supportive wife, you know, faithful mother, a servant of God, and here she is suffering the worst tragedy ever, and everyone's making it worse. Everyone's just making it worse. So this is Candace Owens. She immediately responded with this little video on her Instagram.
Okay, super fun show today. You're probably seeing the clips, but Erica has gone off on conspiracy theorists. Obviously, every journalist out there is emailing me because it's about me.
It's about me. I'm the main character. It's about me. Charlie Kirk was murdered. Her husband was murdered. Her kid's father was murdered. It's about me. It's about me.
Direct, but it's also about me.
Unbridled female narcissism. Me.
I hate this face.
And don't worry,
I
in
just,
case
like,
you
like I
think
said, I don't hate anybody, but I'm pretty damn close here.
it's not about me. She is going to name
It's about
check
me.
me on stage with Barry Weiss on Saturday. How do we know? Because our mommy sleuths be everywhere. And they recorded the town hall today. And as soon as the town hall concluded, we got a flutter of emails. And what she says about the Egyptian planes, I'm sorry, not gonna lie, it's a little suspicious. It's weird.
It's the bro! Leave her alone! This is the craziest thing I've ever seen. This is the craziest thing ever.
Weird.
You have this woman crying on national television that her husband was murdered in front of her, and people are harassing her because of these conspiracy theories. She's like, it's about me. She's suspicious.
It's a weird response.
It's me. It's
so
me.
look, we gotta go there. Okay, so
We gotta go there. Look how happy she is. She's thrilled because she knows that she's gonna get another banger video out of this one. Erica Kirk mentioned her. She's so lucky. Wow. So this is what she said on her show. So then she did her show that day, yesterday, after Erica Kirk was on Fox News. This is what she had to say.
Well, now you're going to have to prove that you have the ability to be a CEO and a chairman and not just a wife who we expect emotion from. And you're rightful in that capacity. You are rightful to have emotion. You are rightful to be the aggrieved widow, but you don't get to just be widowed into the position of chairman and CEO. You don't get.
What the fuck are we watching? This bitch is crazy and evil. What? Charlie Kirk said that he wanted his wife to become the CEO after he dies. He dies, she becomes the CEO. And she's saying, well, it's pretty suspicious that he dies and now she becomes the CEO. This is directly implying that she was involved in his murder to steal his company. This is literally, unironically, unambiguously, directly implying that she was involved in the murder of Charlie Kirk to take over the company. And just like she said, so many of the Turning Point people had to know about it. I covered this in my previous video. This is just a lore dive here on Nuxtaku. We do short videos, the most requested topic every day. Definitely subscribe. On Nuxanor, we do the long form deep dives. But this is crazy.
To respond to, well, in this case, investors, donors who have given money and are asking meaningful questions with, no, you don't get replies right now because this is the.
Hold on. Here at the Bear in Mind channel, we like to point out retards on both sides of the aisle. Today's example, a fairly interesting meme using SpongeBob. Leftist whenever a straight white male has a valid opinion. Racist, fascist, Nazi, sexist. Which is fairly true if you're dealing with the most retarded of the left. This person, someone who's very clearly within their, Jesus, identifies as she, he, they. Okay, so there's a lot of children and living in there. A whole lot of children. Hello, SpongeBob. Nickelodeon. This Twitter user is using your character SpongeBob SquarePants to spread, I think they were going for negativity, negatively, over the left side, and it makes me think less of SpongeBob. I will no longer be purchasing any SpongeBob merchandise or watch the new movie because of this image. That's not how this works, retard. Okay, look, just because someone used something that you don't like, by all means, stop buying the things that you probably didn't buy anyway. Okay? You were probably just going to stream it once, the movie, if they're even making a new one. You are not, look, stop being like the people that originated this. Stop being the letter-writing Karens of the right wing from the 90s. You're a retarded human being, and you need to be stopped, okay? Just don't. Stop talking. When is the last time you got a flu shot? Not since I was in the military. Thank you.
The Charlie Kirk Show fam. Doesn't work this way, okay?
It doesn't work this way. How dare you just become a CEO? You get widowed into being chairman and CEO? That's crazy. So this is a slightly longer version of that Candace clip, which is, I think, even worse.
Sorry, one more. Communism is bad. This. Communism is good. Let's see who this person is. Okay, they're followed by Brad Palumbo and Ed Krasenstein, so that's hard to say. This person's This person has to be a troll. Ew. Yeah, they post Phil Collins on purpose. That's just awful. But yeah, this is not a serious person. What is happening here? Okay, yeah, this is not a serious person at all. Look, communism is bad. There's no way we can get a good communist system, because if you can't trust the people who are in power now, you're not going to be able to trust the people who are in power when you give them all of the power. Absolute power corrupts absolutely. So even if you put someone good in the spot, eventually they will become everything that you hate. I'm sorry. These are people who were hoping that they're going to be the pigs walking around on their hind hooves.
Worse.
Now, I wasn't sure about Erica. I was waiting, kind of a situation for her to be in, obviously having lost her husband.
Yeah?
Becoming the CEO and the chairman of a company. It's just a lot of transition, and it's nice to wait for more information before you prejudge or make an assumption about somebody, and it maybe is not based in reality.
So she's saying she was assuming that Erica Kirk was maybe possibly involved in the murder of her husband, but she didn't want to say it publicly because it was too soon.
Well, we are getting a lot more of Erica Kirk this week.
So
I'll tell you that, because she has been doing the rounds in the media really over the last couple of weeks, and she just gave an interview live with Harris Faulkner on Fox News, where she finally addressed the quote-unquote conspiracy theories. And I have to say this because it's true, but it completely missed the mark. For me, I am sorry, it just has.
It missed the mark? It missed the mark? Bro, Tyler Robinson, the murderer...
Yeah.
All right, probably.
More than likely.
Is going to be on trial. All the evidence is going to come out in the trial. And what is this even happening? Missed the mark. Her husband was murdered, and you're the one most affected? Like, this is the craziest thing I've ever seen.
But the good news is that she is now unmurkying the water in terms of her intentions with this massive political organization. That's good news, truly, because we knew Charlie, and now we are getting an opportunity to know Erica. Plus, later on in the show, it's Knives Out for Tucker Carlson. As always, he's trending right now because he has officially waded into the Who Killed Charlie Kirk narrative. And
that's right. Tucker Carlson is also saying, I don't trust the FBI on this one in regards to Charlie Kirk getting assassinated.
Since he
also
bought and paid for fed,
went to Russia and believed everything that he was handed.
Not just the American people worldwide. And he says that he's not buying the official narrative. And there are some lingering questions.
Right.
And he confirms what
this
I
just
told
in,
you
two
about
retards
the
agree with
Egyptian
each other.
planes. So,
Film at 11.
The Egyptian planes. It's all about the Egyptian planes, guys. The Egyptian planes are really suspicious, aren't they? So this is her doubling down, making another show. Now, I'm going to show you a supercut, all right? This supercut, these next 53 seconds are going to change your life. And I don't think you're ever going to be able to look at Candace Owens the same way after you see this. So take a look at this one.
I already
no
know. Let's
one,
see.
And I mean absolutely no one, outside of my husband and Erica Kirk, has the power to shut me up right now. That's it. There's nobody that has the capacity to get me to shut up about this except for Erica Kirk. And I will say this, like, I am on this journey to figure out what happened on that day. I'm not going to stop
on all these.
Unless Erica Kirk asks me to stop. I said early on, if Erica Kirk asks me to be quiet, I will be quiet.
But when you go after my family, my Turning Point USA family, my Charlie Kirk Show family, when you go after the people that I love, and you're making hundreds and thousands of dollars every single episode, but this is not okay.
It's a no from me.
She didn't say
me.
her
I'm
name.
just out here,
she didn't call her
saying
out
what needs to be said.
specifically.
We'll be right back after a brief message from our sponsors.
If that doesn't literally sum up the entire situation, I don't know what does. I don't know what does. She has repeatedly said, I'm not going to stop unless she says it. I'm not going to stop unless she tells me to stop. I'm not going to stop unless she tells me to stop. She tells her to stop, and then she's like,
she didn't say me
suspicious thing that you
specifically.
made
She
there.
just said
We have to-
somebody.
That's a no from me. We're going to have to keep digging
And then
into this a
described
little bit
pretty
deeper.
much me, but she
This
didn't
is
say
not the most
my
diabolical thing
name.
ever. I don't know. So let's just be clear what her stance is.
Do you think it's normal, by the way,
that basically every person who speaks about Israel has to basically say a statement that's like, I don't want to get killed.
What the fuck? No one has to say that.
No one
Literally
says
everyone
that.
criticizes Israel. What are you talking about?
Yeah, everyone talks shit about Israel.
like literally, because people are like, Candace, beef up your security. That's not fucking normal.
Meanwhile, Tim Pool got shots at him, and he has security, and you have basically no security. Interesting.
Excuse my language, but like that is not normal. Okay?
Yeah, it doesn't happen.
It's not normal that people have to think about their security because, and by the way, some
Look,
of it then the way that you get comfortable with it.
I'm gonna do wild speculation, just like Candace Owens does. This just in: Candace Owens turns out she is funded by Israel. That's why she never has to worry about Israel, no matter what she says. She is a psyop. Now, I don't have any evidence to prove that, but to be fair, neither does Candace Owens for anything that she says. Come at me, bro.
You're like, well, they shot JFK in an open car, so there's not. I mean, he's a sitting president. I mean, obviously.
Israel did?
She really thinks Israel killed JFK? Bro, Israel was barely a country in 1963 when JFK was killed. Like, anyone that thinks that Israel killed JFK, it's like, what are you talking about? It's the craziest thing ever.
Then my security doesn't really matter. If they want me, they're going to get me. That's not a normal thought process to have.
I don't even think Kennedy ever mentioned Israel.
Except for the one that, took over ours. And that's the truth.
Oh,
okay?
the Israel controls the United States, obviously.
We are an occupied nation. And if it's going to take women, like, having to speak up and say that to make permission, like,
why
to give
women
permission
specifically?
to men to do the same, then I'm happy to be the first person, okay? I just want to be clear. Anything happens to me, blame the Zionists. Like, 1,000% blame the Zionists. Like let that be my parting word.
Right. If anything happens to her, blame the Zionists, guys. Let's just remember. Now, don't forget, the reason why she's really backing...
I really do think that she hates Israel so much that she's hoping someone offs her just so they can blame Israel for her death. And it could be anybody. It could be someone who hates Israel who would off Candace Owens because they know Israel will be blamed, because she always said it will be blamed. And that will unify the left and the right in the wrong fucking direction.
Out of this big Turning Point debate. As I covered in my previous video, Turning Point invited her to actually discuss all of this, and she actually said no. She's not willing to go there.
This person
and
looks like
it,
she's peeing.
Even though she said she would, then she basically changed goalposts and said she's not. This is because she had a discussion with a CNN reporter lady, okay? And CNN reporter lady obliterated her.
When you say you believe that Charlie Kirk was betrayed by someone close to him, what do you mean?
I think that in the coming weeks, there's going to be a lot of financial reports that are coming out, and I, first and foremost, do not believe that Tyler Robinson killed Charlie Kirk. I want to be very clear on that. Whether he was involved, I think the answer is yes. I think that's obvious.
And your basis for saying he didn't act alone is what?
I don't know, maybe the weird Fed messages that were concocted out of thin air that had no timestamp and were written like they were speaking in 1822, among other things.
I think those were real, but I think they were concocted by the two people in question because young people are weird. I used to write similarly to a girl that I was dating. Okay, so these people are mentally ill anyway, so why not give them something like that? But then again, that's how George Lucas writes love stories too, so who knows? Maybe
so
a
her
fake.
evidence that he wasn't working alone was that the text messages that he sent were probably fake because there was no timestamps.
Their lack of an ability to answer any basic questions about what took place.
But do you have any proof that the messages were made up? Because that would be easily
The answer is
proven.
no.
But they didn't
No,
put
she doesn't have any
timestamps
proof.
on them, and Discord came out and said they didn't exist.
This was
Wow! Holy shit! They didn't have timestamps, and Discord said they didn't exist. Yo! Maybe she's onto something.
supposedly text messages, not...
Oh, they were they weren't even on Discord. So no wonder Discord says they don't exist. Because they were via text, not Discord.
Discord messages. It's my understanding from the indictment.
I actually did not read that they were text messages. The indictment.
She did not read
Candace
the
Owens is retarded.
indictment of Tyler Robinson. She made 3 months of videos 3 months of videos on this. She didn't even read the indictment.
Indictment calls them text messages.
What would it be like the feds are like on a computer, like typing it out back and forth?
That's exactly what it is. The feds made up the text messages.
But you don't have anyone from like the FBI telling you that, or law
I have
enforcement?
leaks.
Okay.
No.
Get the fuck out. You don't have leaks. I have leaks. I saw it in a dream.
Has anyone leaked to you?
And Tyler Robinson
But has anyone said to you, even off the record, like, yeah, we faked these?
I have very strong sources everywhere on both sides.
Bro, on both sides.
She does.
What do you mean you have sources on both sides? Who are the two sides? Oh my god, she's actually. I have sources on both sides. What are the both sides? Both sides? Oh my fucking god.
Well, I look forward to seeing the evidence of that.
Sure. Because when we keep talking about evidence, it's like, who's going to present that evidence? Like the mainstream media?
You! When you're accusing people of murdering their friend / husband, you should show the evidence.
Like, who are you expecting to come
That would be a
out?
hot story.
No, it wouldn't be.
It would be.
It wouldn't be.
If the FBI, like if I had a source telling me, like if I had proof that the FBI faked those messages, that would be an enormous story.
Yeah, I kind of feel like we live in a post-Epstein world, and we know how stories get shut down.
That's right. In a post-Epstein world, you can only trust Candace Owens. All right. So anyway, a lot of people were, I have to say, all right, I'm going to have to shout out Ben Shapiro on this one, because even though dude's been, he's been crashing out a lot, Ben Shapiro actually fucking cooked. All right, I'm not going to lie. I've said this before, I'll say it again, but when Ben Shapiro and Nick Fuentes are on the same page, it means they're objectively correct. So Ben Shapiro called out Megyn Kelly, another conservative podcaster person, for not condemning Candace Owens.
What Candace Owens is doing right now is evil. It is evil what she is doing right now. Okay, and I say that again.
But what?
By the way, Daily Wire, 1 billion% justified for firing her.
Because
Like, I didn't know
No,
on
100%.
whether it's evil or not, but my position is it's really none of my business.
And I've always thought that because I've never liked Candace Owens. I didn't know why they hired her in the first fucking place. Well, because she was huge and they needed, to check boxes.
And
why is it? But I have a question. Why is it none of your business? I mean, you
because
comment
I
on
don't-
these things for a living.
I'm not mother of the internet.
No, but
I'm
but
not
if this
mother
were
of
on
the
left
internet.
and somebody were accusing Charlie Kirk of his wife having murdered him, I assume that you would be talking about it.
Is that what Candace is accusing Erica of?
Yes.
Of murdering her own husband?
She's accusing TPUSA insiders and other members of the right wing, including Seth Dillon, of being involved in the murder of Charlie Kirk. Yes.
Okay. Like I said, I don't take in that content, which is an honest statement. I don't have time to watch
No,
Candace's
I
show.
believe you. I believe you. But the point that I'm making is that when
what I
that
understand
friendship
Candace
should
to
not,
have
in
been
our
doing.
business, I think it's important. Listen,
No, and Candace
friendship
and
should
I are not
not
friends.
trump.
We don't even know each other.
I understand, but even with Tucker, friendship should not trump our manifest requirement to speak out when people do and say things that are both detrimental to conservatism and morally wrong.
Okay,
He's just right. Ben's just absolutely correct. He was just absolutely cooking.
And
So
I
Megyn
agree.
Kelly
Ben
made
Shapiro
a
is
separate
right here.
A separate response video
And
saying
he's been
that
crashing out a
actually
lot
I
lately.
didn't see anything about Candace, like literally just sucking up to Candace Owens because she is the largest conservative channel on YouTube right now because she's getting tons of views. Who knows if it's from foreign bots or manipulation or whatever, but she has a massive audience watching this soap opera of how Charlie Kirk was betrayed by everyone.
He said that Candace has been claiming Erica Kirk was behind the murder of Charlie.
Not behind, but involved. Not behind, but involved. Listen to her wording here. It's very important.
Which I had not heard, and I was taken aback because that seems like something I would have heard. It's so crazy. And I have since learned it is not true. Candace has not made that claim.
She
and in
has.
fact, I've
Except it is true.
Yes.
It actually was just true.
now seen several clips of Candace specifically defending Erica Kirk and saying she would never make a claim like that about Erica and that she is open-minded to other people at Turning Point. That's
Look, this is one of the same people who say that Nick Fuentes will change his messaging when he goes to do interviews as opposed to what he does on his show, okay? You can't point it out with one person and then completely buy it from another person, okay? I'm sorry, you just can't.
obvious. She's been making that point. I had heard that point. But she's specifically been defending Erica Kirk. And she's been saying she does not think that of Erica. And in fact, if you read her comments, she's under pressure to make comments about Erica. And so far, what I've seen, she hasn't. So thank you for that question.
Well,
From what I've
I
seen,
think
which means
it's
she hasn't
time
seen
for
everything.
An apology to old Benny boy. Bro misses the mark a lot, but on this one, he was absolutely fucking spot on. Yup, that's where we're sitting right now, where Candace Owens is sort of saying and implying that it's really suspicious. It's really suspicious about how Erica Kirk is handling this. There's a lot of things to see. Even though Erica Kirk, the first time Erica Kirk tells her to stop, she'll immediately stop. It's kinda weird. And this is why women in politics are absolutely diabolical. Thanks for being here. This is today's lore video on Nuxtaku. I do one video a day over here. I might up it to 2 at some point. We'll see what we'll see what happens there. Definitely subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. I will essentially use this channel for lore dives on interesting topics.
And he does great lore dives, and that's actually what's given me the inspiration to do a couple of the projects that I have coming up. They won't be as well edited or put together as his are, which is surprising because he mostly does live shows and someone comes back and edits them together. But I have a couple things coming up. But yeah, that's it for today. The update is right before I decided to put the show on, it came out that Erica and Candace are going to have a conversation this afternoon. Who knows? Maybe we'll see clips of it. But that will be a story for tomorrow when it comes out. I appreciate y'all for stopping by. I have to bolt. It's late. But y'all, thank you so much for coming here. This has been the Associated Guest here on the Bear in Mind channel.